Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another watch list today. Today should be another exciting day. I'm going to do a YouTube video later here today talking about the penny stock market right now, but the penny stock market is on fire. Okay. This is not unnormal. This is not anything new. This is very typical. This is very common. This is a pattern that we see every single couple weeks to months in the market. What's up, Mr. Cornut? Not sure if you guys are familiar with it or not, or how long you've been trading, but you'll recognize that like every couple months, the penny stock market will be on fire. And when I say fire, I mean stocks are going from 5 to 20 or 3 to 30 or 10 to 40, right, in a day or in 2 days, which is very, very, very unnormal movement for a stock. It happens, but it's not your typical movement for a stock. But you'll see this every couple months in the market. And really, I think it's a way of keeping people interested in trading the stock market, right? Because there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of people that like to trade penny stocks. They like big runners, they like volatility. And the only way you're going to keep those people in the market is if you have volatility, if you have big runners, if you have monster supernova stocks, okay? So they don't happen every day, but they do happen, and it's happening right now, and it's awesome. So yeah, you can a lot easier to get burned. Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you can really get crushed on some of them. That is, Michael, you are absolutely correct. So there's a few stocks we're going to watch today. DXR, RKDA, UVXY are so far the top stocks that I'm going to watch. There's probably a few others that are just now starting to, pick up and gain some footing. But again, it's pretty early. So let's share the screen here and go into the stocks that we're taking a look at here today. All right, so first thing, first let's talk about the SPY. I just want to mention that right now, I mean, I want to be short bias on the overall market, which I am, but not today, I don't think. And the reason being is right now the SPY is getting very close to, let me pull it up like this. This is the SPY on a daily chart. It's getting very close. You can see it right here that it's getting very close to its trend line support. So the chances of us seeing a green day versus a big red day are higher. So we're probably going to see a green day here on the SPY. But again, we're getting very close to a tipping and a turning point, right? Because if the SPY does come back up to retest this 280 mark and fail to do so, it will then most likely break out of this upward pattern that it's in, and it's probably going to roll over and crash. Okay. So again, right? So you got to think to yourself that right now, this is an area in which the SPY is getting to where it's coming to a big turning point. And I personally think it's going to be coming down. So keep it on your watch list, as always, for the next couple days. And the tickers that we'll keep an eye on are going to be like UVXY and TVIX. See, it's starting to come down right now, UVXY, and that's because we're right next to that trend line support on the SPY or the overall market. So, ideally, it's probably going to go up. We're probably going to see a green day today here on the SPY. All right. Second, let's look at maybe RKDA. RKDA, monster stock from $6 all the way to a high of 66. Yesterday was its really big red day. It came all the way down to $35. As I mentioned, my target was about $30 on the stock. I thought it would make it to about $30, $33 on the stock. I was pretty damn close at about 35, okay? And then it bottomed out. Keep this on your watch list because there was a lot of short sellers shorting this yesterday. And if it doesn't go lower today, right, if it doesn't come down, what's going to happen is it's going to curl up and it will probably squeeze, right? Because all these short sellers that piled in yesterday, will take their shares off the table if this doesn't continue down, and we should see RKDA either squeeze. But again, it's still up really, really, really big, and it still has a lot of room that it can come down, right? It's still up to, it's at $42 right now. So it's, about $20 off of support right now. So it still has a lot of room that it can come down. But again, right, keep it on your watch list. These are big runners. These are the type of stocks you're going to want to watch. And also, these big runners, they have really, really wide spreads, so you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful when trying to trade it. Shannon, it really just depends on who you're using for trading. Some companies will have shares as short, some won't. Centerpoint Securities is going to be one of the best for brokers for finding shares to short. So RKDA was one. Now the next one that started going crazy yesterday was DXR. Completely unknown, had no clue it was going to do this, but look at DXR. This one ended up killing it yesterday. All right. Now this is, looks exactly like the mega runner double top short pattern that I covered in one of my YouTube videos, where we see monster stocks fly up, they crash before the end of the day, then the next day they squeeze up trying to retest the previous day's high, and once they fail, they come crashing back down. Perfect double top patterns. So definitely watch DXR for a short around 19, even this $18 mark, 18, 19, $20. Definitely keep your eyes on DXR for a short trade. Definitely consider this as a high probability trade right now. It could turn into a continuation and keep running today. What's up, Mr. Chris? Glad to have you here, my man. So again, right, this right here you're seeing on the screen, DXR. This is a very, very common thing in pattern that you'll see with these big runners, where they'll run up, they crash, they bottom out, they squeeze back up, where they try to break through the previous high, so they come back up and they try to break through this high, and once they fail, they go this way, they come crashing down. Right, so that is definitely what I'm considering doing, is shorting. Definitely looking at shorting DXR today. Okay, and those are the three. Those are the three stocks that I was going to watch today. That's really just it. There's really no more than that. Limit to sell at 1950. 1950. Well, you might get it. You just might get it, honestly. You might get the 1950. At this point, I'd be ready to take a less than 1950, because right now it needs to squeeze right here. It's got a pre-market high of 18. It's got a pre-market high of 1860. So right there alone, the stock needs to break 1860 in order to hit 1950, and it doesn't look like it's going to do that right now. So just be willing to take less than that. So those are the couple stocks I'm looking at. Now I will go and take a run through some of these other ones you guys are mentioning. Maybe there's some stuff here that I missed. PTI. Oh, so PTI did what? Oh yeah, I just missed that yesterday. That's all. I don't know. 5 day. PTI is right on some support. It's starting to break through. To be honest, I would expect to maybe see a red day here. All over right. Yeah, I would expect to see some type of red day. There'll probably be some support around 530 and the $6.40 mark. So yeah, I would expect that PTI is going to see a red day here today. You're probably going to see some support at 640 and at 540 if it does go that low. Smart is probably going to be dead. That was a quick pump up yesterday, right? And it crashed, pretty sure. Yeah, Smart's probably going to be dead today. Don't even waste your time watching it. You can keep it on watch. It might do something, but probably not. GERN, been grinding for the past couple days. You can see it's up really big. So right now it's extended. So right now it's too high to buy for me, at least, right? You know, because look at it, it's all the way up here, right? This is where the price is at, right? The price is all the way at 348 and support is right here. So it could easily drop 50 cents before, you know, it goes back up again, right? It has yet to have a pullback for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For a whole week, it hasn't pulled back. So definitely, definitely too high to buy for me. I stopped watching ECYT because it started becoming, it's just ridiculously stupid. I need to do some more research on this stock because I'm thinking I'm missing something. There's got to be something that I'm missing because it won't come down. It gets chopped around. It looks like it gets manipulated some days. So I stopped watching it, to be honest. It's just not working out for me. SEED. Hold on. So yeah, SEED, I think there might have been news this morning. Was that it? Yeah, there's a little bit of news this morning. Something about blockchain technology. I mean, this thing's a piece of junk. It trades on really, really low volume. I mean, just by the chart, just looking at the chart, every time it spikes, it crashes. I'm not even going to watch SEED. It's really not worth the time. Again, I'm telling you, this is not going to be a fun stock to trade. It's too low on volume. It's really choppy. You know, it's just not worth it. These penny stocks are around $1. A lot of times they're junk and they're not easy to trade. They don't follow patterns as well. It's probably going to crash. I mean, look, it pumped up to $1.45. It's already putting in a lower high. I mean, you can watch it. You can watch it. Don't just not trade it because I don't like to trade it. But I'm telling you right now, most oftentimes these are not as good to trade. NVCN, DFFN, those are two stocks that I know trade. You know, they're low price stocks. NVCN, right? Wait, is that the one? NVCN. Yeah, NVCN, 10 cents. Not going to trade that. Not worth trading it. DFFN, 62 cents. No volume. Not worth trading for me. MSPC, too low on volume. Sub penny, not worth trading. OTC. Kodak, too light on volume. Not worth trading. Guys, there's nothing wrong with any of the stocks that you guys have told me to look at, right? This is my personal opinion, and I don't trade them because I just don't, right? I know that these stocks have low volume and they tend to not be as good of stocks to trade. You know, what we got to remember as day traders, and again, I'm a day trader, right? So if you're looking at swing trading, it's a completely different mindset, okay? So think about this real quick. Let's run over all the stocks that we just looked at. Kodak. If a stock chart looks like this, that means there's no volume, which means the chances of you making money are far less great. NVCN. Look at this. Sure, it's got volume, but it's a really, really low penny stock, so it doesn't move really, really great value. So you'd have to take an obnoxiously big amount of shares. Hard to make money. What was the other one? DFFN. Look at this stock. Zero volume. basically impossible to really make any money. MSPC stock, basically no volume, really, really hard to make money. Okay, now let's look at something that I've recommended, which is DXR. Lots of volume. The stock is moving. Low float. What was the other one? RKDA. Tons of volume. The stock is moving. Okay. UVXY. Tons of volume. Stock is moving. Okay. I think that's the only ones I'm watching really today. Okay. So that's it. You have to be paying attention to stocks with money. Do not worry about the price. Okay, that's where I'm gonna actually take my screen share off here this morning. There we go. So that's part of the problem, guys. Is I don't know where any of your guys' trading are at. I don't know, what your skill set of trading is. I don't know how long you've been trading, but what I can tell you from personal experience, after teaching thousands of people different little strategies, techniques. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. I've helped teach a lot of people. I've one-on-one mentored a lot of people. What I can tell you right now, that when you first start trading, a lot of people, don't have a ton of capital to work with. So they tend to gravitate towards lower price stocks. These lower price stocks usually will trade on a lot less volume. They don't follow patterns like they should. They don't respect rules like supports, resistances, as well as maybe they should sometimes. But you're going to fall victim to trading lower priced penny stocks that don't have any volume. Thus, you'll most likely end up losing. So this is the thing, is a lot of times I'll get the question, what do you think about this stock? Well, how about this one? And how about this one? And which is fine. But a lot of times they tend to be these lower price stocks that have no volume. Okay. And that's okay, because when you're just starting, you may not know, and that's okay. But I can tell you right now, if you ever pull up a stock chart and it looks really, really choppy, and don't even think about trading it, just leave it alone, because chances are you'll end up losing. Okay. And that's the thing, is when you just first start trading, if you don't have a lot of capital, you'll tend to gravitate towards these 10 cent, 15 cent, 80 cent, 30 cent stocks. And I can tell you right now, it's pointless. It's a waste of your time. Okay. You're taking unnecessary risk even trading them. They can be very profitable. Yeah, they can if you trade them correctly. But why even do that when you can just focus your attention towards stocks that are already moving or already in play? It just makes it much easier on you. Okay. So let's see, 1 second. KBS. Okay. So there's really not too much more. All I can say is stay away from the low price stocks for right now. Honestly, if you're newer, try trading higher price stocks. I know it doesn't even make sense because you may not have money, so how can you afford the higher price stocks? But stay into like the 10, at least $5, $3 to like $10, $20 area, especially when you're just starting. Just avoid the 18 cents, avoid AKER. Okay, avoid a lot of those stocks. A lot of them get manipulated. If I could do it, not even do it over again, but if I had some of the best advice for new traders coming into the market, and I'll actually make a video on this, but for you guys, the best advice I could give, maybe 3 tips for new traders beginning for right now, is to stay away from stock twits. Listen to, basically don't listen to 90% of the people that you hear talking about stocks for the most part. Or listen to them, but make sure, let me repeat that. Take everything that somebody says in the market with a grain of salt, even myself, to be honest, with a grain of salt, and do your own research. So don't go to stock twits. Make sure you do your own research and stay away from low price stocks with zero volume. those are the 3 tips for today. Stay away from StockTwits if you're new. If you're taking advice from somebody else, make sure you're doing an absolutely killer job on researching any of that advice that you heard from them first. And third, stay away from low price stocks with no volume. You can trade low price stocks only when they have a lot of volume. And those are the 3 tips, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today, right? So we're going to end it there. I will catch you guys all tomorrow morning. I'll also get some more videos up today so you guys can watch, and I'll give some more tips and stuff like that. So take care, guys. All the links for everything in the description below so you can check that out. And other than that, I will see you guys all tomorrow morning, and take care.